Hello again, this is Geometry, Unit 6, Section 6-1, Introduction to Quadrilaterals. This is video 1 of 3. So we're going to go through quite a few vocabulary terms. These are various types of quadrilaterals, which a quadrilateral is a polygon with exactly 4 sides. So it breaks down into different types of quadrilaterals, the first type being a parallelogram. So a parallelogram is a quadrilateral with 2 pairs of opposite sides parallel, which would look something like this. I'm going to denote the parallel sides with arrows. And it's important to state that all these other figures below a parallelogram are also parallelograms. If you see inside of the definition, it states so-and-so is a parallelogram, and then there's a little bit more information to add into it. So if we look at a rhombus is a parallelogram, so it carries that idea of 2 pairs of opposite sides being parallel. But then in addition to that, all 4 sides have to be congruent. So a rhombus looks something like this, all 4 sides being the same measure. If we look at a rectangle is a special kind of parallelogram, which means it has 2 pairs of opposite sides parallel. And then in addition to that, it contains 4 right angles. So it looks something like this. And lastly, we have a square, which a square actually takes the rhombus and the rectangle definition to build a square. So pretty much think about a square like a rhombus and a rectangle combined. So a square is a quadrilateral with 4 right angles and 4 congruent sides, which looks something like this figure right here. Okay, so all of these figures have 2 pairs of opposite sides parallel. All these figures are hybrids of a parallelogram. Let's move to figures that have less than 2 pairs of opposite sides parallel. So now we're looking at trapezoids. So a trapezoid is a quadrilateral, so it has 4 sides and it's a polygon with exactly 1 pair of opposite sides parallel. Not 0, not 2, exactly 1. So here's an example of one trapezoid, opposite sides being parallel. Just for more vocab here, those parallel sides on a trapezoid are called the bases. Just terminology you'll hear down the road. And then we have an isosceles trapezoid is a trapezoid, so it has exactly 1 pair of opposite sides parallel. And the non-parallel sides, the non-bases, are congruent. That would look something like this. Here's my parallel sides, and the non-parallel sides are congruent to each other. Kind of similar to an isosceles triangle where 2 sides are congruent to each other. And then lastly, so parallelograms, we have 2 pairs of opposite sides parallel. Trapezoids, we have exactly 1 pair of opposite sides parallel. The last breakdown type of quadrilateral is considered a kite, where there are 0 pairs of opposite sides parallel. Now a kite is a quadrilateral, but it has 2 pairs of consecutive sides that are congruent, and the non-consecutive sides are not congruent. What does that look like? Looks something like this. So notice how I have 2 pairs of consecutive sides here congruent. Here are consecutive sides, and they're called consecutive because they share a point. And then here's the other pair of consecutive sides that are congruent. And then take note that the opposite sides, the sides that are not consecutive, take note that they are not congruent. So make sure these terms are well memorized. Make sure the definitions are in your brain. That way you can apply them down the road. You will see these quadrilaterals several times in the future.